All right, welcome in everybody. Day 19. Day 19. We are back. Cold, cold in Las Vegas. I don't know about Tucson. I'm sure Tucson is not real warm either. What the hell is going on? New development story. New stuff coming out. We're going to hear Trump a little bit. Anonymous. Somebody donated. We got the award up to $200,000 scanning the Pacemaker. And we're going to talk about Mexico, on what the people are saying in Mexico that we talked about last night with Nancy Guthrie. What are the people saying in Mexico? What's going on in Mexico? Well, we're going to talk about who's seen Nancy in Mexico. But at this hour, today, they're right back real close to Nancy Guthrie's home. They're looking right around her home, folks. And we're going to watch News Nation a little bit. We're going to hear what Trump has to say about the Pacemaker and the border control and the anonymous. Who raised this up to 200,000 from 100,000 to 200,000? Who gave that money? An anonymous person said, "Hey, here it is. Let's get it up to $200,000. Let's find this woman alive, or let's get some closure to the family. Come on in," as it's very, very cold in Las Vegas, guys. But I'm a man of my word, and I am back on. When I say I'll be back, and we are outside, but it's very cold. I'm going to do the best I can out here. They have no clue, Janine. No, but we're going to listen to a little bit, like this much of Trump, President Trump. We're going to listen to News Nation and Brian, a reporter who's been on the scene, and what Mexican authorities are saying. You're going to be surprised what Mexican authorities are saying and what the people are saying. You're not going to believe this. So kick back, guys, and get some popcorn. This is insane, crazy. 19 days, 2.5 weeks, but somebody gave some money. It's up to $200,000. I can tell you it wasn't me, but somebody donated $100,000 because it's up to $200,000, and anybody leading the investigation of the Nancy Guthrie alive or closure to the family. I can tell you guys, I said it from the beginning, I personally think she's in that area. They just haven't checked. And all these gloves that are coming back, there's no DNA. There's nobody on there. So we're going to listen in a little bit as the YouTube algorithm does its stuff and brings everybody. I apologize earlier, guys. I got a new toy. Thank you for your patience. The only way to go and try it out is to actually go live to test it. It doesn't really work, so, but we'll give it a shot again. Welcome in. Come on in, guys. All right, we're going to listen in. I'm going to turn the camera, but before I do, welcome in everybody. Heavy Hook, thanks for your patience. Hey, how could you learn, as my son says? He goes, turn it around. I got this new toy, and we were going to just try it. I'm almost there. What happened was, real quick, with the laptop, I was trying to show it live, and you can't pause live. So I needed your help, guys, and I appreciate it. We're going to try it again, but we're going to continue talking about this. So, has the FBI, Mark, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. It's cold here, guys. I'm going to try to hang in there and do the best I can to cover this because I have people in the house. Has the FBI spoken to the Mexican authorities? What really is going on there? Because you're going to be shocked. Because, well, I'll just come out and tell you. The Mexican authorities say, nobody is asking us about Nancy Guthrie. Not 2 weeks ago, not yesterday, not today. So what the hell is going on? Who's lying there? They're saying, but we'd be willing to help you guys, but they're asking the Mexican authority and they're asking people. And the people are saying, we've been following it. We haven't seen her. We haven't seen her in Tijuana. We haven't seen her in San Robles. They haven't even seen her. So I don't know what's going on. I'm going to turn the camera around. We're going to listen a little bit of News Nation. Then we're going to talk a little bit. So here we go. Get the light off so you guys don't get any any glare from the TV. All right, here we go. See if I can. I can't believe how cold it is. All right, here we go. This is News Nation.
Guthrie's house where I'm standing now. The interesting thing about going to Mexico, and we did it in Nogales at the entry point there, is you don't even show your ID to go in. You don't get stopped. You drive right in or you walk right in. So it's not like when you come back into the United States, you could take anybody in there and no one would even know. They do have a lot of cameras, we noticed.
Ralph, it could be Ralph.
A lot of people while I was over there. Our photographer, Daniel, was an excellent translator.
I don't think so.
I would say 90% of the people did not know who Nancy Guthrie was. They literally had no idea about the case.
Did you hear what he said? According to Brian from News Nation, 90% of the people don't even know who she is.
No, we were right on the other side of the border wall. Several people had seen it on social media. A lot of people were telling us about the cameras, even though they don't stop you when you come in. There are cameras there keeping track of all the cars coming in and out, and they're like, they should go back and review the cameras. That came up. And then we went into a pharmacy. This was interesting, Chris, because a lot of people are asking about, have been worried about Nancy Guthrie. She needs this heart medicine to stay alive. You can get pretty much every heart medicine without a prescription right across the border, whatever you want. And for the few that you need a prescription, you just go to the back and they give you the prescription. So that was kind of interesting, Chris.
You know what else you can get? Anything. Anything.
Yeah.
That's why so many kids go across the border and buy, whether it's animal grade steroids or all these party drugs. It's a whole scene there. Stay out of there, Brian. No, thank you very much for going through that and giving us that understanding. We got to cover all the bases, and nobody's doing it better than you. Thank you very much. Now, earlier today, the president kind of shed light on a part of the situation. And it's about the pacemaker, which, because of Dusty, my EP, who you see on the show every night, because of her experience with pacemakers and how the technology works, we've been talking about this from the beginning. But the president talked about it today.
I didn't like when they were talking about going after the pacemaker, and before they even started going after it, they're coming and reporting it. So if in fact they could do it that way, the person would say, well, I'm not going to let that happen, right? So bad things would happen if he did not going to let that happen. I can't imagine why they would have done that. And just in terms of strategies, one little piece, I don't know, but we have to start reporting on other subjects, or else to see what happens. It's a very sad situation.
Well, you know what I don't understand? Why did he say that we're going to be happy they've come up with some solutions like 2 weeks ago? Let's bring in the editor and host of the Crime Reconstructed podcast and Substack, Morgan Wright, and former special agent in charge at the FBI Tucson office, Andrew Black. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me again.
Chris.
Morgan, help me understand. My issue with the pacemaker, because of my understanding from Dusty and her own medical experience, is why wouldn't they have done that right away? Forget about the president saying, I don't like them talking about it. Let's just keep him out of it. What do you make of when you would do something like that and how you would do it?
Yeah, Chris, what's interesting about this, a good friend of mine, him and I both testified before Congress on the safety and security of healthcare.gov, so I got to give him a shout out, Dave Kennedy. I was chatting with him on the plane ride from Denver in, and it had Starlink. It was great. We're doing stuff. He actually came up with the idea while we're on there. Look, Bluetooth is a transmitter, right? So if it's transmitting, you can also receive it. So he started writing code. We actually both used Grok to say, what's the feasibility that you could create a solution to do this? So actually some of the code he wrote and some of the stuff he's done has been shared with the FBI. His video is available on X under Hacking Dave. And so, Chris, but here's the thing. This is not something that has been done before. I know some people have talked about a product called Bluefly, but that's like a metal detector. You got to be right over the target to do that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hope everybody's doing well. Oh, it's Thursday. Yeah, we're listening to News Nation because they're covering a little bit of it. But I got to say, we're right back to square one. They're talking about the signal sniffer that's supposed to, can pick up the pacemaker. Get the light back on. So you heard what President Trump said, and now this is News Nation, and they're going over to the pacemaker situation. We'll go back and listen to it. Here's the deal, guys. If they were, I don't understand why they didn't check Mexico authority. Why didn't they check it from day one, day two? So Mexican authorities are saying nobody's contacted us at all. We're sorry for your kidnapper there and this beautiful woman. Not in those exact words, but nobody's contacted us. Not Kash Patel, not the sheriff department. Well, the sheriff can't. FBI would have restrictions. No one. And you heard Brian from Newsmax, News Nation, who went over. You wouldn't find me in Mexico. No disrespect to Mexico, but you wouldn't find me there at all. Okay, I'm just saying. But so I give him some balls from going over. Ladies and gentlemen, she is in that area. She's in that area. They need to do a search. It's 19 days, folks. I mean, they need to search and search and search. Search the areas. Search the back of the supermarket. Go out in the mountains. It needs to become a search. They need to search that area. There's no clue of a car. We don't have any photos of an automobile, a truck, a van, a motorcycle, at all. At all. There's nothing. So assuming, check the damn area. Okay, I know they checked the backyard. I know they checked Tommaso's house. Maybe they checked a few neighbors. Good evening, everybody. Come on in. We got to talk. My name is Self. If you're new, like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. I think it's time to just open. I've said this night after night. Do I need to call them? Just search the whole area. I think people would do it for free. But just for those who don't want to do it for free, there is now an anonymous donation. They raised it to 200,000. Heavy hook. Janine, 200,000. Who gave that extra 100,000? Was it anybody on here? But somebody gave that extra 100,000. That was very, very nice. First of all, that was very nice. Whoever did it. So, so now it's up to 200,000. So maybe by raising the price, I'm not so sure it's going to help. They're scanning the pacemaker again. They've checked the authorities. But $200,000 now, and we'll see what happens. I say, ask for volunteers. I would say, okay, tomorrow's Friday. Let's go with 500 volunteers. Have them with their cell phones fully charged and just search and search that area within 5 to 10 miles. And you'd be surprised who you might find. The suspect very well could be in a house, Airbnb, a trailer home. I don't know if there's trailer homes there, but you get it. Could be somebody, in that area. It could be somebody working. It could be somebody actually working. It could be that easy. But they're off to Mexico and the border, and nothing today. Palon, how are you? Good to see you. 19 days. 19 days, Terry. Crazy that we don't have no leads on the DNA. Nobody's on the DNA. No photos of a car. All we have is that one suspect that we keep seeing over and over. And Nancy, as you can see on my thumbnail, with that beautiful smile, beautiful lady, can very well be there, either alive or unalive in that area. I heard from 857 Tucson that they tried reaching out to the sheriff about searching, but no available. Fabian says she's in Mexico. Tell you what, I'm going to read some messages, guys. It is extremely cold. I can't get over how cold it is. Chris, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Let's see here. CIA and FBI took her as a message. I was reading a comment earlier that it could be a hoax. I would say 99% is not a hoax. Yeah, it's a cigar time, Chris. Let's have one. Chris, I got this for you when you come over. I got 2 cigars. We'll see if I can make it. You know what? I have a heater. I got a heater, guys. Look at this. How the hell stupid am I? How stupid. I'm calling the sheriff out. I gotta call myself out. I got a damn heater here. I'm doing these lives. Let's see if we got some heat. Heavy hook. I'm calling the sheriff out. The hell am I doing here? We got heat. We got heat. Heat. We got heat, Ralph. Woo! The hell? And my wife says, "You go look, Sal. Look. I can't even find the damn heater. You want me to go look?" The hell am I gonna look? I tell you what I would do though. I'd probably be arrested. Guys. I mean, I'm pretty nice. I'm really kind of, but man, you get me all twisted up, man. I'll rip their asses apart. I would say, go get a damn search. Let's go. I'd buy them all coffee. Let's get some Dunkin' Donut coffee and a search. Yeah, guys, I gotta tell you, disconnection time. Hey, let's read for some of this. Disconnection time. Pacemaker stops communicating with Nancy Guthrie app/home monitor at 2:28 a.m. Sunday, February 1st. They got a signal sniffer digital tracking tool that's supposed to track this pacemaker. You heard what President Trump said. It's what? Nippy hippie over here in Phoenix, Arizona. Hey, Bama, thank you. Thank you, nurse. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. I don't know, guys. My wife thinks that, I know a lot of these on here. That's why these lives are amazing. My wife still thinks she's in Mexico. I disagree with my wife on this one. I think she's in that area. It's 78. Well, Chris, I got one. You know, I still think she's in that neighborhood. I really do. The family seems to be silent. Too silent. Let's see here. I've been watching someone covering it from outside her house. Oh, really? You hear the sirens? Hear the police? Yeah, police. JLR. I heard him. He needs to go get some boots. Heavy hook. Heavy hook. He's been wearing sneakers. He's been wearing sneakers. Go get some boots. I sent him a couple Fazools. I said, go get some boots, JLR. All right. You guys are welcome. Yeah, he's doing a great job. He's kind of funny. Canada just declare war. What, Ozzy? Hey, Ozzy, I'm going to laugh. Finally got some cold weather. Say, hey, Ozzy, so I was reading. You better get your kids to help. What the hell I'm doing? No, I think I got some progress on that. I think I got that laptop. I think by the next 5 lives, we'll be in the right direction. I think by the next 5 lives, we'll be there. Yep. Also, I'm glad another thing that just popped up in my head. Is it warm in Bama? I'm coming to Bama. Something else that just came up. So, according to TMZ and Harvey Levin, he says, I quote, "We're not going to share any more of these ransom notes, emails." Yeah, you got to. You got to. I asked them, Ozzy, you know what they said? You got to figure it out, Dad. Sometimes you just got to figure shit out. You know what? They might be right. So TMZ, it's one of those laugh. We're going to laugh a little bit. Nothing to laugh about this, guys. I mean, this is bad. 19 days. This family needs closure. I mean, really, they really do. So Harvey Levin says, we're not going to show anymore. Not because he's being an asshole. He feels, and I think I agree with Harvey. I'll tell you why. He says if we continue to read these ransom letters, I'm sure the FBI is telling them this, though, guys. I'm sure the FBI is in Harvey Levin's ears. They think if they show it, it would hurt. It would hurt the crime scene. So what do you got? Hey, VIP, what's going on, my friend? Good to see you. Good to see you. It's a cigar. We're outside chatting and hoping for the best. TMZ sucks big time. So I think the FBI is probably telling Harvey, don't show it. It can mess up the investigation. Yeah, Ozzy, I'm afraid. I mean, always that miracle, right? But you know what, guys? This is only my opinion. Be free to disagree. You guys know me by now. Most of you know me. Disagree. I think they should show it. I'll tell you why. I've said this last night, the night before that. In my opinion, if they show it and he reads it and they tell the public, and I think they should have a press conference, only my opinion, I think it'll get messy. I think that they could mess up. Assuming that these ransom letters are all the same people, and I think they are, it will, possibly they'll mess up and it could help the investigation. What do you think? Yes, no, maybe? Audrey, how are you? Audrey Duran. Good to see you. So I think the more, it's just my opinion. I know moderator Mike, he said, he makes a good point too. He goes, well, maybe too much media covers can mess things up. I feel the opposite, though. I feel more coverage. And I don't mean just on this channel, but I'm talking about the big national news. I think in TMZ, part of it, I think that if they continue reading these letters, that they can goof up. Because eventually you mess up. The whole investigation has been weird from the get-go. It has been. It's been butchered by the sheriff. It's been a little bit butchered by the FBI. And even President Trump, who I, respect, I respect that he was thinking positive last week. We're getting close, but it goes to show you that even the FBI, Kash Patel, and President Trump right now, are not real positive on the outcome here. But nonetheless, they're searching again very close by. But serious, guys, shouldn't the FBI and the sheriff, shouldn't they just have a cup of coffee together and say, all right, let's just go all over the place. Let's get some closure. Let's have your team, our team. Let's bring in volunteers, the dogs, the hound dogs, And let's get some closure for the family. Let's do it. Let's do it now while it's active. We have the media out there. Let's do it. And let's have a press conference. Why go and have a report? News Nation for 10 minutes, Fox for 10 minutes, CNN for 10 minutes. Just go out and do a report. Yeah, where's the dogs? I think I seen one dog. Have dogs all out there sniffing. I mean, I feel like, guys, again, it's just like a one of those horrible movies. It's almost like amateur. It's like they're all amateurs. All of them. All amateurs. All of them. Sheriff, FBI, detectives. It's like amateur night. And sure, if they were watching me right now, and I'm sure there's some haters would say, well, good for you. Thank you very much, but you tried doing this. What would you do? I would say, yeah, national search. Let's go. Check everywhere. Thank you, VIP. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. So I am a little bit warmer now with the heater. Here. I wasn't so sure I could have stayed outside. This cigar is a leftover cigar from yesterday. It's a house blend, Dominican blend. And then I have a good one coming up. Yeah, get the dogs out. Get the dogs out, Chris. Get them out. Salam, mommy. It's too late for dogs. Yeah, well, could be. I always say never too late. I mean, even one day, 24 hours, 12 hours, have the dogs out. You never know. But I hear you. The sniff and everything else. Good point. But you know what? At this point, nothing else is working. You never know. You might get one dog, two dogs with a good sniff, you know? And I'm not even referring to, like, the remains. Well, that too. Remains. I'm talking about something that fell out of the backpack, anything that we can get some other DNA on, right? So, I appreciate that, Salam. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I mean, it could pick up anything, you know. Maybe it was a piece of plastic that was in that backpack that blew away. Maybe another glove, heavy hook. I mean, there's been 50 gloves. Maybe another glove. Maybe some gum. Something with the DNA on. So why not? Try a nationwide. A lot of people would just volunteer. A water bottle. Let's see here. Dogs can look around the bushes around. Yeah, I mean, the longer it is harder for the dogs, but you never know. I mean, yeah, so many. I really feel, guys, do you guys agree? It's almost like it's amateur across the board. Across the board. FBI, sheriff, detectives, all of them. It's like the blind leading the blind. It's almost like there's no leader. You've got to have a leader. Well, we know the sheriff's not a leader. We talked about that. But who's a leader? Somebody should step up and say, thank you, Mary Beth Spear. Appreciate it. It's like no leader. It's like somebody should say, all right, I got total control. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do A, B, and C. We're going to do it to this. And then we're going to bring another shift in. And then we're going to have a nationwide search. And then on Friday, we're going to go to this area. Then we're going to have somebody check behind the supermarkets. We're going to check behind the UPS, Airbnbs. Let's go to the used car lot. Let's go to the car lots. Let's all that. The golf course, the mountain, the beautiful mountain. I haven't seen it. Has anybody in here seen anything in the mountains? I haven't seen anybody up in those mountains. Nothing. I haven't seen nobody go up in those mountains at all. You would have thought by now, day 19, there would have been some search up in those mountains somewhere. Yes or no? I don't understand that. Yeah, guys, I really think I think Nancy's close by. I think the suspects are close by too. Oh, is he going to go up to the mountains? See, the only problem is, will he have reception up there? That's the only problem. But I'm talking about, well, that's good he's doing that. I'm glad he's doing it. But I'm talking about, like, having the, you know what? Let me charge my phone here. I'm talking about the detectives, sheriff deputy. They all should go up there. All right, let me charge up here. That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, you know, getting about 100 people up there, 200 people up there. I don't understand why they haven't checked out the mountains. Bobcats around, wolves everywhere in U.S. Yeah, there's bobcats in that area. Will they find Nancy, folks? That's the question I have. Will they find Nancy? Will they find the remains of Nancy? Will they find clues of Nancy? Will they find Nancy alive? Will they find the suspects or suspect? Will we get any more DNA? Any more DNA? Should they have the dogs out there? Even though, as a subscriber said, makes a great point, it might be a little late, but try the dogs out there. Will they get some kind of DNA? A wrapper, a water bottle, something that fell out of that bag. And once again, I appreciate all the likes. We haven't seen any vehicle, right? We heard about the white van. So there's nothing on a vehicle. So that's another reason. Hey, Mike, thank you. It's another reason I say check that whole neighborhood, ladies and gentlemen, because there's no vehicle. It's not like they've seen a vehicle and they can see some people in the vehicle, but they can't make them out. There is no vehicle, no motorcycle, no horse, nothing on camera that they can see. Doesn't mean there could have been a car. Absolutely. I'm just saying. So with that said, I would just check. I would just check the area. How many times, ladies and gentlemen, how many times that we've seen, I mean, we haven't seen anything exactly like this, 19 days, elderly lady, but how many times where they find, like Elizabeth Smart, how many times that you find whoever does the crime within 5 miles? I would say it's about 70% of the time, at least in the United States. I would say about 70% of the time, they find the suspects, the body in that area. I don't know what they're waiting for. What are they waiting for? 19 days. What are they waiting for? 20 days? Are they going to wait for 30 days? Are they going to wait for 45? Oh, 45 days. All right, we'll do a thorough search. When I say they haven't searched, they have searched. They have searched the neighbors. Whoops. They have searched the neighbors' backyard. So they have done that. I'm talking about 5 mile range, and that kind of stuff. Day 5,476, still not found. I mean, that's what's going to happen if they don't get their shit together. When I say they, Sheriff Department, detectives, FBI, everybody. Where's Nancy, folks? Any thoughts? Or does anybody on here think that I'm wrong, that she's not in that area, that she's not in Mexico, but she's in New Mexico? I talked about that last night. Or she's in Las Vegas. As a lot of people who do crimes, they come to Vegas. They come to Las Vegas, where I'm at. Sometimes they go to Utah. And again, they're not telling us everything. Audrey says very close to home. I think so. I think so. Audrey, I really do. I wouldn't be surprised she's real close. Not in the house. I mean, not around her house, obvious. but very close. Let's see here. Daba Gladdy. I think she's on that golf course near her home. Think she's at the golf course? Now, it's private property, but, I mean, they can get a search warrant. The FBI can. A lot of cases, they're around the house, Raquel says. Absolutely. The bag lady. Now, if you're coming in, maybe you just got done dinner, maybe you just came home from work, maybe you just got up, well, welcome in. I'm going to just say this. They upped the reward of Nancy Guthrie. We're talking about Nancy Guthrie, the 84-year-old woman who's been missing for 19 days. They cleared out the family. Then first of all, they cleared the family out in the beginning. Remember? Well, no, excuse me. First, they thought the family, the sheriff says, then he came back and he says, you know what? We're not ruling anybody out. Let me refresh everybody's memory. And then, a couple days ago, the DNA came back off the glove. They said, nope, it's not the family at all. Hey, I want to stop for a second and give a shout out to Cooper. 18 months for memberships. So that gets 2 high fives, 2 fist bumps, 18 months. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for all the new members. Thank you, Cooper, and thank you for being a moderator. God bless you on your journey and everything you are accomplished. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Once again, if you're coming in, we are covering 19 days. Do you think, guys? Oh, so I also want to bring everybody up to date real quick. Thank you, Cooper. Appreciate it. 18 months. They raised it up to 200,000. Anonymous. Somebody out there with a lot of money, bless their hearts, he or she, we don't know, has donated Janine $100,000, up to 200,000. The border and Mexico says, I quote, we haven't heard anything from the FBI. They haven't contacted us once or twice at all on a whereabouts in Mexico of this Nancy Guthrie, 84 years old. They said we'd be willing to help, but we haven't been told. You think they're lying? Is Mexico lying or FBI's lying? And you see this guy Brian from News Nation, he was over there. It's raining, it's cold, Cooper, and he says those people, some of them knew about it, but a lot of people didn't. So what's your thoughts on that? You think Mexico's lying? Why would they lie? $200,000. So in other words, if you have whereabouts, if you're coming on this live, we only have 164 on here tonight, but if you're on this live and you have whereabouts, maybe you've seen this lady alive, or maybe you've seen a suspect in his eyes and you can recognize his eyes. It is a he, 5'9", 5'10", average built. You know, you can lead to the investigation. That's $200,000 that you didn't have before. So, and I don't know if Mexico's lying. On this one time, I would assume that Mexico's telling the truth. I really believe the FBI didn't check. Doesn't mean they're not checking tonight or tomorrow, but I don't think they. How can we trust them, Janine? How can we trust the sheriff, the deputies, the FBI, the detectives? How can we trust them? I'm reading Sir Daniel's message. Hold on. Sir Daniel, thank you. Interesting comment. Yeah, good question. Great question. Absolutely great question. I think this. I think there's somebody out there. I said this yesterday. I still think it's a group of network people, like 3, 4. I still believe there's always one person who has deep down inside, assuming that person was the driver, if they were driving, or assuming that was the person who wanted some money, wanted part of this action, but didn't want to do the horrible thing. I'm not going to talk on YouTube, but use your imagination. There's always one person who gathers their thoughts and says, oh my God, what are we doing? What are we doing? Let me just do the right thing. I know I'm going to go to prison, but I won't spend the rest of my life. You know what? Let me do the right thing. I'm not going to get to 200,000, but maybe I'll get a lighter sentence, and I'm going to turn these other people in. And that, my friends, in my opinion, will end up happening. I don't know if it will happen tomorrow, tonight, or the weekend. But one person, if there is more than one, I think there is. Go Birds. Next year, we'll get back on track. I believe if there is more than one, and there's 3, somebody's going to say, I had enough. I can't live like this anymore. I have a family. I don't know what the hell I was doing. I'm gonna turn myself in, and I'm gonna lead the investigation and give out the rest of the people. Mike from Philly. What's going on in Philly? What part? Is it 300,000 reward now, Phoenix? No, 200,000. It was, remember, correct me if I'm wrong, Heavy Hook. It started off 5,000. And why I say Heavy Hook, he's been helping following along with this case. No disrespect to anybody. Anybody can jump in. I think it was 5,000. Then it went from 5, I believe, to 20, 50, 50. Thank you. And now, then it went to 100. And as of today, on this Thursday, cold in Vegas, I think it's cold in Tucson, it went, a anonymous person says, you know what? I got $100,000 sitting around. I'm going to go ahead and help out. So they made it 200,000. 200,000. It very well could be 300,000 soon. Whoever did that, I give them a high five fist bump. That's great. Whoever donated that money. And I know a lot of people, I'll beat you to it. Sal, these people are millionaires. What's $100,000 these days? I'm just saying. It doesn't matter. That's nice. That's a nice gesture. Yes or no? I think it's pretty nice. You know, I know somebody who did it has a lot of money, but that's very nice. So we'll see what happens. No, I have not. I did not see that. Did you see the news about possible pinky ring? I did not, Sir Daniel. Thank you. That's why I'm enjoying these lives, guys. Mike says 100,000 is 100,000. Absolutely. Absolutely. I say the same thing. That's very nice. But you know what, guys? It could get up to 300,000. It could be $500,000. It might make $1 million. You're going to get a lot more. But I still think that it's not quite all about the fazools. I don't think it's all about the money. I know I said, but I think there's more than the money. I think you're talking about a situation that they hated somebody in the family. I believe it was something very personal. Now, I know a lot of you might, and I love it. Some of you will say, well, they went to the wrong house. There was a bunch of amateurs. They want burger. They wanted to just go after one house. They had the wrong house, and they just seen this lady, and they said, well, we got to get rid of her. I get it. I don't think that's the case. I think they knew whose house. There was something that was very personal against Savannah or Annie or the brother or all three, particularly Savannah because she was a journalist. I still think is more than the money. Not all about the money. Ozzy says, can I just say this? Absolutely, you can say this. My kids better not pay for me. In other words, God forbid, you keep your money. I agree. Same thing here. I mean, when I say agree, same thing here. Yeah, I think it's more than the money. But we will see. We will see. Maybe they're waiting for that amount to go up. Let's see here. Phoenix says he noticed Nescan at last second. Maybe a light came on. Maybe. Mike, appreciate the bronze medal and the gift. Hey, I appreciate those gifts, guys. Thank you so much. As the heater's still working. So we'll continue live. Even if the heater goes out, we'll stay live a little bit. Lake Mom, how are you? What's going on? What's going on? 19 days, this beautiful woman's missing. And we're just discussing our thoughts about, is it for the money? Is she in Mexico? Is she close by? Is she in another state? New Mexico? Las Vegas? According to my source, they haven't. Oh, excuse me. He couldn't say. He says, I can't say if they checked Las Vegas. I'm sure they did. When I say they, I'm sure the FBI has checked Las Vegas. Why Las Vegas? Because a lot of times when people do crimes, somehow or another they end up in Vegas. Not all the time. Oh, you're welcome, Lake Mom. Brian, what's happening, Brian? Good to see you. Brian, thank you for everything you do for the homeless. Judith says, my ungrateful kids would pay the kidnapper to keep me, so I hope I don't get kidnapped. Funny. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Absolutely. 99.9% of the time, Mr. Ray, that's true. Another blessed day. Love to hear that. We are all blessed. We are all blessed. Snowing, raining, cold in Las Vegas. Snow in the mountains, snow in higher elevations, Mike. Cold out here today. But I tell you what, these heaters, this was a good investment. The problem is, I got no more propane. I might have one more. Yeah, these propane heaters work. I remember when I bought it, my wife said to me, my beautiful wife said to me, what are you, nuts? You're not going to find those here. I said, yes, I will. I'll go on Amazon. And I got one at Home Depot. She says, what do you need that for? I said, it's going to get cold in Vegas. And this thing's about 10 years old. It's working good. Great investment. Sal, I heard the back door was unlocked. Have you heard that? I have, Brian. I hesitated, Brian, because I think it was under like JLR, one of the news. I did hear that. And Heavy Hook is also heard that. It's cold in Phoenix. I'm sure it's cold in Tucson in that area as well. So what do you guys think? We were just talking about the dogs. So you have dogs out there and searching and nationwide search and asking for volunteers. You'd be surprised, folks, how many people would go out and search. Seahawks. They're the real champs in football. Seahawks. I just want to put that in there, Sal. Is that okay? Absolutely you can. Absolutely. Oh, I forgot, because I got this on Palon. Oh, I know why you said yeah, God bless those Seahawks. All right, so now, one side of my leg is on fire. This is where you guys can all laugh. Other side is cold, so we got to switch. Guys, I'm a little goofy. What do you want from me? What you see is what you get. What you see is what you get on here, guys. You should work for TMZ. I thought about working for TMZ, Lake Mom. I'm only kidding. Are you laughing? I actually probably, be honest with you guys, nothing against TMZ. I probably watched a total of 30 minutes in my whole life, and that's including 20 minutes of Harvey recently. So 30 minutes the whole time. I'm not knocking this show. I just... Maybe I will, Lake Monk. Maybe I will. You think he'll hire me? I don't know if he'll hire me. I don't know. He might say, this Italian guy will take over. He might say, I'm going to take an Italian guy and he'll take my show over. He'll start talking about Italian food and stuff. I like doing what I'm doing right here, guys. I have a lot of fun. I want to get that laptop to work. Why are you outside? That's a good question. Great question. Because I like smoking cigars. And my wife says you can't smoke cigars inside. That answer your question? Thank you. Keep it a buck. Keep it a buck. 101. It's still raining. No, it stopped raining, but it's cold. You know that. You know that, Mr. A. When you see me smiling, guys, I'm just reading some comments to myself. Palon says I love smoking cigars, so I'm just laughing here. Nothing to laugh about. Just for the haters or anybody. Nothing to laugh about this case, guys. We're just having a little entertainment here. I mean, it's 19 days. We all hope for the best. We're covering the Nancy Guthrie. Nothing to laugh about that. We're hoping that... I still think that they should search the neighborhood. That's what we've been talking about. I'll get back on the subject a little bit here. President Trump spoken today about the pacemaker. He gave his thoughts. TMZ, excuse me, News Nation, Brian went across the border. Mexican authorities are saying nobody's contacted us about Nancy's whereabouts. So what do you think, guys? Do you think, I mean, I know a lot of you say maybe, maybe not. What's your gut feeling right now on this Thursday, 19 days? Does your first instincts right now, ready? I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Is Nancy Guthrie in Mexico? Is she in Mexico? You can get there. You can get into Mexico without any ID. It's easier, harder to get out. Is she in Mexico? First, right off the bat. Palon says yes. Mike says no, right off the bat. Mr. No. John says yes. Judah says no. Phoenix says possibility. Hell no. James says hell no. Arlene, yes. Mr. Bubba, yes. Inside job. There you go. There you go. Brian says no. Ralph, no. Gordon, yes. Heavy Hook says no. So there you go. Split in half almost. She was deceased before she left the house. Typhoon. Yeah, I've heard that before. I'm hearing that too, Typhoon. You very well can be right. I hope you're wrong, but you very well could be right. Mike says, another Mike VQ, to make it clear, we have a few Mikes. I think her body, if you don't mind, will be found in a shallow grave a few miles from her home. Thank you, Mike, for your comment. Appreciate that. We will see, guys. Yeah, I don't think she's in Mexico. Cooper, thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. Hope you're doing well, by the way, and in your job and everything. So thank you. Her body has been found by the FBI. No, her body hasn't. Oh, you're saying it will be found. It will be found by the FBI. Is that what you're saying? Not sure what you mean there. Appreciate it. Anybody want a cigar? All right. Much harder to get into Mexico than people think. Yeah, Mike, I thought that too, but according to the news outlets here, and Brian, reporter from News Nation, and also from one of my sources, Mike, it's not as hard as you think. Meaning They don't check. You can get in. Harder to get out, of course, right? You know, with President Trump, the president and everything. But, I mean, it's not easy to get in to Mexico, but you can. I know what you're saying, though, maybe with the body, and if I'm right and there's 3 people, I get it. Yeah, I don't think she's in Mexico, but it's not impossible. You can get into Mexico. According to what they're saying. I've only been to Mexico once. And it was Cancun. When Cancun was nice. JLR went to the border today and found spots unfinished. Oh, really? Really? Mr. Ozzy Crosby, always a pleasure to see you, my friend. Thank you so much. By the way, a lot of people were asking me, Sal, what happened to the Trump flag? You won't see that no more. The wind took it to pieces. The same flag that I think, I'm not mistaken, other Aussie guy gave out. So my wife went ahead and ordered another one. It's raining. It's raining here. It's raining. Sal, he also said, or excuse me, he also said people are walking right through. Yeah, I would believe that, Heavy Hook. All right. I got to do something with this heater. Now the heater's burning my left leg. Linda. Good evening, Linda. If it's evening where you're at. I think she's in a basement under the concrete. I can only hope not. Thank you for your comment. Linda, I hope you're doing well tonight. Chris says, lots of people dislike Trump. Put a block on 75 countries on green card. Yeah, rest in peace, Mama Ro. Thank you, Cooper. Rest in peace, Mama Ro. Rain and heater in Las Vegas. Mr. 10 Ball. Yeah, I mean, you know, a lot of, real quick, guys, it rains more than you think in Las Vegas. When people say it only rains once a year, no, it rains like 30 times a year. But it's raining. It's cold. Amen, Chris. I hear you. Dr. Gregory, welcome in. I hope so, Dr. Gregory. I really do. Freeway Girl says, I like President Trump. Can I say that? Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you don't like President Trump, I have no problem with that either. Everybody has their opinion. By President Trump, I can tell you this. He's really close to this situation. I mean, you can almost see a tear in his eye. And by the way, real quick on President Trump, I'm not going to get off the topic too much. And President Trump and Savannah. Savannah wasn't a big supporter of Trump. I just want to put that out there. I don't think she hated him, and I don't think he hated her. It just goes to show you, though, real quick. And I'm not trying to talk anybody to becoming a Trump or anything like that. Most of you know me by now. But he just goes to show you he's going to do everything he could to help. What's he doing to help? Well, he brought in the FBI. He brought in federal agents, and he's got, you know, he's into this case like a lot of us are. Wow, you wouldn't think. Let me just show you. Want to see how Vegas is right now? Look at this. I mean, it is raining, not real hard. Cold. Kara, thank you so much. Vegas. I'm enjoying it. Vegas. Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Raining. I'm not jumping in the pool tonight. No way in hell. No way in hell. No way, Ozzy. Hell no. No. I'll die. No way, Ozzy. No way, unless you were here and you went first. And I'd probably still be thinking. Is that right, Linda? Hey, welcome in, guys. I appreciate you guys being here on this Thursday. Once again, if you're new to the channel, we appreciate it. Like, if you haven't liked, we appreciate it. Subscribe. We are discussing the 19 days Nancy Guthrie kidnapping. Going back and forth. Is she in Mexico? Is she alive? Is she unalive? Is she in another state? Or, in my opinion, what I think is she's very close by. Very close. I'm trying, Linda. I got the heater out here. Like, I think it was Mike who just said it'll be 120 degrees in a few months. A lot of snow. Chris, in the mountains right now, lots of snow. I should be up there. Trish says, I think she's in Mexico. Yeah, my wife still does too, Trish. She says, Mexico. She's up there. Or she's there, excuse me. Up there. When I was saying up there, Mount Charleston. So 16 gloves. A lot of gloves. Yeah, I mean, you know, those gloves could be from homeless people, landscapers, whatever. Hello, Miss Scat Pack 392. Thanks for stopping in. We appreciate it. And saying hi. Thank you. Joey, what's happening, Joey? Good to see you. First of all, Joey, I hope you're doing well. Yes, there's a little news, Joey. Some anonymous person out there with a lot of money, Joey, donated $100,000 to increase the reward of any whereabouts of Nancy to $200,000. According to the Mexican authorities, they said that the FBI and Cash Patel haven't contacted them. I don't know how true that is. And as far as that she could be alive or unalive in Mexico, or the kidnappers could be in Mexico. And also, they've been searching a little bit more in that area of Nancy Guthrie's home. Other than that, there's not much news. You know, they ruled out the family. They thought they could have been the family. Then they ruled the family out. Then they put the, you know, so we don't even know how true that is either. You're welcome, Joey. We do know. I take that back. It's time to call myself out. I take that back. According to the DNA from the glove, there's no DNA from the family. So I suppose that was enough to rule out the family. But I continue to say, Palon, thank you. I continue to say that doesn't rule out suspicious activities. Meaning, could they have contacted a hitman? And I don't see anything wrong with that. You know, I don't see anything wrong because the sheriff, he's taking it very personal. He says, oh, Joey, thank you. I appreciate that, Joey. High five, fist bump. Thank you, Joey. The sheriff thinks that the media, YouTubers, independent journalists, that we're all getting carried away with this. That we're all bringing up the family too much. Do you think he's right? Yes or no? No hard feelings here. No hard feelings here. I will just say this. I think it's our right to discuss that. And, you know. You know, I wasn't going to share this, but I'm going to share something with you guys. And you guys can laugh. Nothing to laugh about this. So I have a family member I'm not going to mention who it is. Nobody that lives with me. But he got mad at me. He got mad at me. He said, I'm watching your lives. You do a good job. I said, oh, you never say I do good. Yeah, you do okay. You talk a little too much, but you do okay. I said, well, thank you. He said, all right. I tried to give you a donation, but I don't know how the hell to do it. I said, well, send me a check in the mail. I'm only kidding, guys. He said, though, why are you throwing the Italians under the bus? I said, what do you mean? You're throwing the Italians under the bus. I said, who? He said, that Tommaso guy. I said, yeah. He goes, he's Italian. We stick together. I don't care who you are. If you did something, we're going to call you out. Now, let me say this. We don't know if Tommaso did it. I still look at him, though. I don't care if he's Italian, black, gay, white, Hispanic. That's how I do it. So, anyhow. Yeah. Tommaso. Yeah, I'm still looking at him. And I don't see any problem with that. You know? I don't see any problem with that. If he's innocent and it comes out to be somebody else, I'll come on live and say, I never said anything. No, I would come out and say, I was wrong. I was wrong. A lot of you who've been subscribing to me know I was wrong. 100%. So, again, we don't know if it's him. I'm just saying he's the last person. For those who might be new to the story, Tommaso Tomatoes was the last person to see her alive. Leslie, thank you. Thank you. Just making sure I had the right name. Kara says, I'm with you on Tommaso. Yeah, because he's the last one, Mark. Thank you, Mark. Now, said that, we could take somebody home tomorrow, and God forbid, something can happen. Whether it's somebody being unalive, somebody got hurt, or that person does a crime. Doesn't mean we know about it. So, you're guilty. Fake Italian. Get that off my chest, somebody said. The son is retired. The son is a retired fighter pilot. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, the son. Tommaso's son? Now my right leg's getting hot. Blue skies. Not blue here tonight in Vegas. It's night and cold. I feel like this happens in New York City. This would be solved already. Interesting. Hold on. That's a fair comment. Let me read it again. I feel like, in my opinion, if this happened in New York City in blue, I quote, this would be solved already. You're probably right. You're probably right. Joey, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. You know what, Joey? I think we don't know if we can believe what the hell the sheriff is saying. Nano's his name. Chris Nanos. I think he did come out and said that we have cleared the family with DNA, and we also have cleared the family out. I'm pretty sure he said the test as well. But he's staying very quiet. Why did Nancy take an Uber? People take Ubers. They can't drive anymore. Is it raining? I'm sure it is raining. It's raining in Vegas. I know it's raining in California. FBI's quiet, somebody says. FBI's quiet. Yeah, they're not going to tell us everything. Yeah, Chris. I think what that subscriber means, though, like, I'm assuming that, I don't know, you have more professional FBI, it's bigger, stronger, that kind of stuff. But yeah, I hear you. NYPD. I think if it happened in Las Vegas, probably would have had more leads by now. I say that because I live here, for those who don't know. Hey, that's a good comment. I would like to know who ordered that Uber. That's a good comment. That's a real good comment. What's going on in Alabama? We got Alabama all over the place tonight. Alabama. Say hello to Nurse and Ozzy. They're from Bama. Crimson Tide. Robert, thanks for sharing that. Appreciate that, Robert. Amen. Why I'm looking down, I'm wondering how long will this heater last, guys? 5 minutes or longer? Any cigar smokers, women in here? Anybody? Any women who smoke cigars in here? We have a loyal subscriber and a member wants to know. Just wants to know. I have a neighbor who's a female, Chris. She smokes bigger cigars than her husband. And both of them are probably on here laughing. I don't know. But she does smoke cigars. Veronica. What a beautiful name. Sorry, but having dinner with an elderly mom, you pick her up. Thank you, Veronica. Yeah, Chris, my neighbor, not going to mention any names, live right next door to my right. I know on the video it goes to my left, so I'll go like this. She smokes cigars. I think she still smokes. Kara says, I don't smoke anything. Anything. Don't like it. Like your life. I don't like it. I'm only kidding. David says, those cigars effing stink. David, you get along. My wife would give you one of these, David. My wife would be like, tell him, David. Tell him. Well, I got something for you, David. Can you smell it, David? I'm only kidding. Can you guys hear the rain on the roof? Rain. I'm enjoying the rain too. I'm enjoying the live with you guys. I really mean it, guys. I really do. I'm enjoying this. I'm not enjoying. I hope that miracles, as Ozzy said. I'm hoping that we can wake up. It'll be an amazing story, and Nancy Guthrie's alive. A story that would touch us all, that would put a tear in all of us, in our eye, and I think we all need right now in this world. It'd be great. Yeah, Linda, it's unfortunate, Linda. People take advantage of old people. Oh, there you go. Chris, there you go. There's Linda. I smoke cigar tips, the sweet ones. They're good. She says they're good, Chris. CJ Brown, can I just listen to the rain? Can you just shut up? No. Palon, I'm drunk already. What do you want from me? I'm drunk. I'm drunk. Somebody says I love not seeing the Trump horse shit behind you. CJ Brown. Can you just shut up? I'm on here to enjoy the rain. I'm hoping for the best for this woman. I'm sure she's saying, but I want to hear the rain. Buzzballs. They're too sweet, Mike. They're too sweet. There you go, Chris. There you go. Let me introduce you to the sweet tips of a cigar. Yeah, it's raining. Amber, how are you, Amber? Daniel, 88. Sweet tips. Tips. T-I-P-S. Tips. Deborah. I have heat, Deborah. Deborah, I have heat. Say hello to my friend. I don't know how long it's going to last, Deborah. If it goes out, I really mean this. I don't know if I have another propane. You know, guys, real quick, when COVID hit, I was going camping. You couldn't find these propane tanks. They're normally like $5.99. I went on eBay. They were like $19.99 for one. I said, hell with that. But yeah, that's keeping me warm, Deborah. So. Palon, it's not a bad cigar, Palon. I've tried it. I'm going to put it on my top 10 list. Thank you for sharing that. Joey says, I hope they catch that person writing letters to TMZ. I hope so too, Joey. Joey, I think it's the same person, Joey. What do you think, Joey? Do you think it's a separate, you think it's separate people doing it, Joey? Just wondering. I think it's the same ball game, same people. Like to hear what you have to say, Joey. Yes? Or anybody else? Anybody else? Do you guys think it's separate? Do you think the ransom letters that are going to TMZ? Now, tonight, TMZ says, and I quote, we're not going to share any more letters. I think that's coming from the FBI, but I'm just telling you what Harvey said. Harvey Levin, excuse me. Yeah, New World cigars are pretty good, Chris. We'll have one. We'll all have one together. You, me, Palon. Penny, how are you, Penny? Yes, ongoing, 19 days, my friend. It's a shame. This old cowboy's drinking Old Crow Coke on the rocks, East Texas. Old cowboy in the house. Love those old cowboys. Love to get together with an old cowboy. Got to be from Montana or Texas. What makes you think the Cowboys are in Montana and Texas? Love that comment. How's your TTS today? Cubans are good. Series R is the best. They're expensive. They're expensive, Chris. I agree, Todd. Thank you for that comment, Todd Freeman. I agree. 3 to 4 inches of snow in Massachusetts. Hey, Joey, I'm gonna look you up. Joey, you're saying, whoa. My wife's birthday gift, I was in Massachusetts, in Boston, a couple months ago. We went to Salem, we went all over. Great apple pie, good apples, great people, good lobster. I'm gonna be out there. I think we're gonna be there. We're gonna have 3 days somewhere out there in a cabin. Janine, is it snowing? Stay warm. Or go outside, Janine. I dare you, Janine. Shout out to our moderator, Janine, Heavy Hook, Cooper, Mike, and anyone else I missed. Maine, Maine was beautiful. Penny. We went to a little place, had 2 lobsters, family of 4, some other stuff, some clams. Crystal's in the house. Hello, Crystal. Under $200. I love Salem, New Hampshire. There's 2 Salems. That's right. You're right. I went to Salem, not New Hampshire. I went to the other Salem. What's the other Salem? The one near Boston. Shout out to Crystal. Good to see you, Crystal. Love salmon. Send me some. Love that salmon. 4th generation in Texas. I knew it, Robert. I knew it, Robert. Get the pipe. Get the cigar, Robert. Get your drink. Get back and enjoy yourself. The best crab cakes are in Maryland, where my neighbor's from and his wife who smokes cigars. Maryland. Best crab cakes. Looking broke. Am I looking broke tonight? I'm not. Oh, because I know. I get it. Because a little bit of a cigar, and I get it. I'm broke. Crystal's dropping a bomb. Can I just show a little love tonight, Sal? I told you I got your back. Dropping a bomb. 26, 31, 32 times. Forget about it. Thank you so much. Crystal helping out the homeless. By the way, guys, we help out the homeless on here, and these donations and gifts, 100% of proceeds will help out somebody out there who's starving, and we help them out. So thank you, Crystal. 75, 78 times, 80 times. Wow, look at this. 82 times. How about a little bit of a hand of applause as Crystal gone? Hand of applause for Crystal. Helping out the channel, helping out the homeless. Sponsoring today's live with so many others on here. You know who you are. Thank you so much. As Heavy Hook says, thank you, Crystal. We appreciate you. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you so much. Is that right, Chris? Yeah, Chris, we're going to meet up, Chris. We'll meet up. Talk cigars. Let me see here. Somebody says the proceeds will help out. You're a joke. White and broke. And then we got. That's not a Cuban. No, this isn't a Cuban. People are saying I look broke. Do I look broke tonight? Am I broke? I got my teeth cleaned tonight. They're not orange. Heavy Hook's probably laughing your ass off, Heavy Hook. Heavy Hook's laughing your ass off. Do I look broke? Thank you, Palon. I don't think I look broke. That hurt my feelings. Thank you, Mike. I look cold, yes. There you go. Go Birds, go Eagles, Julian Brown. Damn right. There's my help from. Don't mess with the Philly. Don't mess. I might not like everything he says, but don't mess with anybody from Philly, right? Thank you, Palon. Appreciate you. Penny York says, you don't look broke. Yeah. That's a terrible thing to say. I'm cold. There's something else that's cold. You could say that, but I'm not broke. Not yet. Exactly, Linda. I'm cold. But I'm enjoying myself, guys. I got a cigar. I'm looking over here because my wife is laughing her ass off. She's going like this. You know what that means? Keep it down. My wife says, keep it down. You got neighbors all over the place. Your mouth. Oh, thank you, Penny. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Crystal, yeah. Right here, Crystal. We love Trump. The heater went out. I jinxed it. I put the Maloik. You guys know what the Maloik is? I put the Maloik on the heater. I will, Heavy Hook. She's on another YouTube channel. She's watching JLR. Hey, I like JLR too, but your husband's live. I'm only kidding. She's watching another YouTube channel. I can tell you that. I'm laughing at myself, not you, Crystal. I have 2 giant torch heaters in the backyard. Yeah, I got to get one. I did jinx it. I jinxed it. I put the Maloik in Italian. Bad luck. Just for YouTube, because, you know, YouTube has... They listen. Maloik YouTube means bad luck. That's all it means. Bad luck. Look it up. Good luck spelling it. Maloik. Bad luck. Rogelio, how are you? Jalo, my friend. It's very cold. It's like 2 degrees here. 2 degrees, Aussies. 2 degrees here. No, it's probably about 40. The wind chill's probably coming out of the northeast. I'm just kidding. The wind chill's probably around 38. Maybe colder. It might be snowing. No, it's still raining. But it is snowing up in our mountains. We have mountains here in Vegas. About 45 minutes from here. They got 2 feet of snow. Not joking on that. One Love Bahamas. I love that name. Shout out to Bahamas. Sal, I got some sun over here. I can send you some, bro. I can send it to you. Send it. You know what? I'm going to hold off on it because like Mike says, in about 30 days, it's going to be 110 degrees. Not 30 days, but. Ladybug, they're calling me broke. They're calling me broke. Broke ass. What do you guys think? Got aliens all over the place. Got aliens all over Vegas. Mike, it's Speedo time. Yeah, I had some Speedos. I got rid of them. You know. But what's going on? For those who are coming in, guys, we're just having a little... Just chatting along on these lives. Appreciate you guys coming in. Once again, 19 days this woman has been kidnapped. Is that crazy to say 19 days? You know, I have to think. 19 days in the United States of America, particularly in Tucson, Arizona, that has a high crime rate, but a kidnap, somebody or some people went in, kidnapped this lady at 2 something in the morning. They don't have any cars, nothing on nothing on video except for this man, about 5'10". DNA came back, rules out the family. They're looking in Mexico. Mexico authority says nope, they're not even looking in Mexico. They haven't seen any dogs, national search. However, there's been some anonymous person, for those who are coming in late, to increase the reward from $100,000 to $200,000. So, if you're coming on this live and you know anything, do the right thing. More importantly, put the money aside for a second, do the right thing, lead the investigation, and find this woman, and find the suspects. Elon says, I'm broke. I live on the streets. Chris, I got a little bit left. Where's Chris? Chris, I got a little bit left. Don't want to light another one up. You know what I think, guys? Yeah, 200,000 is a lot of money. A lot of fazools. Here's what I think. I'm going to say this again. I think, again, there's at least 2 people or more. I'm going to say 3. I really believe the longer this investigation goes, and I really think that TMZ should talk about the ransom letters. Okay, I think that they should have a press conference. I believe more days that go by, assuming I'm right and I could be wrong, and there's 3 people or 2 people or 4, somebody in that group will start feeling either bad. I know a lot of you say, well, how the hell can they feel bad if they did something? Assuming that, let me make this clear. Anybody who's involved goes to prison. But let's assume that one person was the driver. That's still very bad. I just want to put that out there to everybody. But assuming it's the person who drove, and that person, he or she, didn't actually do the unthinkable. I'm not going to talk about the unthinkable. But assuming, or she's alive and that person was kind of like, I want to get involved, should go to prison. Let's just say that. However, maybe that person wakes up tomorrow and says, you know what? What the hell did I do? I have a family. I wasn't thinking. Let me do the right thing. And I would say, do the right thing. You might not be facing life in prison. And rat these son of a bitches out. There's nothing wrong being a rat. At all. Unless you're in the mob. Let me put that out there. That's a whole nother ball game. Okay? As my heater went out. Do the right thing. I think the longer this goes, boy, it's getting windy. There's going to be errors. Or somebody's going to be jealous, or somebody's going to be pissed off, or somebody's going to say, assuming they're the same people, stay with me, with the ransom letters, and they see 200,000. Let's say it goes to 300,000 by the end of the week or next week. Now somebody says they hear some talk. Maybe they're in the basement, maybe one's upstairs, and they hear the other 2 Did I lose anybody? Assuming there's 3, and they hear, hey, should we share all the money with that person upstairs? They haven't been, you know what I mean? And that person goes, you know, they're not sleeping, they're not eating the food because they're afraid to go out. No, really, guys, think about this. That person says, son of a bitch, I'm going to turn them in. That's what's going to happen. I think that's what's going to happen, and it's probably going to happen very soon. Assuming it's about money, and assuming that I'm right, and I could be wrong, that these are a group of 3. Everything's blowing around here, guys. Just to throw that out there. Joey, you know? Oh, man, that looks good. Daisy, that looks good. Thank you. I can use that right now. Thank you so much. I think I'll make myself one. Cappuccino. Hot cocoa. That's what it was. Daisy says. Hot cocoa. What? Cocoa with marshmallows. Thank you so much, Daisy. Robert says, hopefully a stage. She's on a Harley touring the Hells Angels. Little hot cocoa. That was very nice. Thank you guys for the gifts. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's what I think is going to happen. We'll see if I'm right. No, I don't think it's a hoax. I see some people on here saying that, and, you know, they could be right, but I don't think it's a hoax or stage at all. Not at all. Hot chocolate. Hot chocolate. Sounds real good. Anybody want to have a hot chocolate? Yeah, I don't think this is stage. I also don't think they're amateurs though. Because amateurs get caught. Amateurs get caught in the first day. Thank you for the bronze medal. Sunflow. Thank you. Todd says, no, they're definitely amateurs. Todd disagrees with me. Appreciate it, Todd. Thank you for your comment. Yeah, you don't think so? I think they're not amateurs. Because amateurs get caught pretty quickly. But Todd, you might be right, but I think these people, Todd, I think these people and everybody else, I think they've studied this for a while. I think the weeds and the plants in front of the cameras was all acting. I mean, if they were amateurs, they had a lot of luck. They have a lot of luck right now. Skilled driver, thank you for the comment. They are amateurs. Yeah, we'll see. I thought, you know, usually amateurs get caught. Thank you, Palon. Appreciate it. Thank you, Janine. Yeah, I don't like talking about other YouTubers or journalists. They're out there doing their work. Thank you, Janine, getting on that. Appreciate you. Todd says maybe Miss Guthrie is behind it. Yeah, I don't think so. But I appreciate your comment. Son-in-law, possibility. Watch the series without a trace. Let me screenshot that. Sorry, I had to screenshot something here. I'm old, Heavy Hook. I can't remember. I'm old and broke. I can't remember all that. I just screenshot it. I tell you, we'll ask the chat. Do you think, yes or no? Were they amateur, yes or no? But yeah, I don't think Nancy Guthrie planted this. Somebody said, I don't think she has nothing to do with it. We would all be shocked. Some yeses, some nos. Yeah, so it's yes, no's, yes, no's. You know, that's what I thought. It's going to be split in half. Go Cowboys. Now that pissed me off. That pissed me the hell off. I'm only kidding, Donkey Brains. Only people who follow football are Eagles fans and Cowboy fans know what the hell I was saying there. Yeah, so it's no's, there's yeses. Son-in-law to the Clintons. Hey, did you guys see Hillary today? She looked good. She was talking, referring to the Epstein files. She spoke live today. Don't know what to think. I know. Kim, so many people don't know really what to think. We're just here, you know, discussing possibilities. Timothy says, Sal's on point. High five, fist bump, Timmy. I might be, Timothy. I mean, I think as far as the location, there's no doubt it's in that location. I still think there's definitely more than one person. I know I keep saying 3 or 4, at least 3. I'd be very shocked if one person did all this. Not impossible, but I'd be very shocked at one person could go 19 days with no leads and I know she was 84 years old, woman. Regardless, it would be very hard for one person, in my opinion, to do this. Whether it went on for 1 day or 2 days, in this case 19 days, there's no way. And they know that. FBI knows that. Beth, how are you, Beth? Beth says, I quote, I think she's, I got to be careful on YouTube, Beth, but yeah. You could say it, Beth. I just got to be careful on certain words. But yes, I think a few people on here would agree with that. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Yep. Let's hope she's not. Oh, we got a new member. Thank you, Kim. Appreciate that. High five, fist bump. Welcome. Welcome to the family. Now, once you're in, you can't get out. Thank you, Kim. Of course, you know I'm only kidding. Appreciate that, Kim. Thank you so much. Everybody welcome in Kim. Why the mother? Yeah, I know. Why? That's the big question that 263 of us at the moment on here. Why the mother? Why? Why would they take this innocent woman? Yeah, appreciate it, Kim. Thank you. Suzanne, how are you? Our experts are making it look like it's an amateur. Well, yeah, you know why? You know why they are? Because, Suzanne, because I feel that the sheriff has butchered this whole investigation. I'm going to call out the FBI. A lot of you know how I feel about Kash Patel. I like him a lot, but they've all kind of been unorganized. And that's what they're going to say. They're going to say amateur. Now, some subscribers think it could be amateurs, but I say if they are amateurs, normally people who are amateurs get caught relatively quick. Not impossible. These are people who are working on this. Now, why the mom? That's the $1 million question. That's the $1 million question. And speaking of money, $200,000 now reward as somebody, a anonymous person, donated $100,000, which was very nice. Palon says it's an inside job. Continue to say. Yeah, so did a family member, Palon. Ocean 11. Yeah. Gotcha. Do you think that she's in Mexico? Peace. Asking me? No, I don't think she's in Mexico at all. And not because the authorities are saying they have not been asked or they're looking in Mexico. I just don't think that they went in. I don't think so. I think she's very close. Ron, welcome in. Thank you for your comment. Amateur. Do you think she's still alive? I mean, look, Deborah. We got another Deborah. Welcome in. First of all, Deborah, appreciate your comment. We haven't seen anything that she's unalive. So there's that possibility, Deborah. But I hate to repeat what everybody else is saying. And the more days that go by, well, let's back up. More hours that go by, more days that go by, we gotta, I mean, I believe in prayers, but we gotta also prepare ourselves that we've been into, watching this very closely, that our chances are gotta be very slim. But miracles can happen. We've seen it in Elizabeth Smart. We've seen it in other cases. But no, yeah, she has health issues. No visa. They won't let you into another country without it. That's a good point. Yeah, she has a pacemaker. She had blood pressure medicine. I don't know if she was on cholesterol. I mean, cholesterol, you can probably, I don't know. But she wasn't in the best of health. According to the family, her mind was pretty sharp. And that's another thing, guys. I think, how do I put this? I personally think once she noticed the person, I still think once she noticed those eyes, let's say she's seen those eyes that we're all seeing in black and white. I did have one color up there that they were, AI was able to kind of put it in color. Assuming she's seen those eyes, her heart, how much could our heart took, but miracles can happen. Oh, it's cold. I don't want to eat on TV. Eat on, what is it? Oh, give me a few minutes. I don't like to eat live. Yeah, I don't.
It's cold.
Yeah. My wife, a great wife, bringing me out some food. I don't like to eat live. I know a lot of you are probably saying, go ahead. I don't like to do it. I've done it a couple times, but I don't like to do it. And I'm not knocking anybody who does, by the way. Whoever has a cooking channel at all, whatever you want to do. Blood evidence make me think medical event or injury. Janice. Thank you, Janice, and welcome in. Matthew, reading your comment. I don't think that was a lot of blood. That what we all can see on TV. It doesn't seem like a lot of blood. But I haven't been there yet. So, but on TV, it doesn't seem like it was like a lot of blood. And I hate to repeat what a lot of people are saying, but to me, it's like a nosebleed, a lip bleed, old. You get these, like me, I'm old. You get these marks on your arm. And you start to, something like that, a scratch. To me, it wasn't like a whole lot of blood. What I can see on TV. Amy, welcome in, Amy Thompson. Let me read your comment, Amy. Try to read. Guys, if I miss any comments, it's difficult sometimes. Hello, I just got here. What did I miss? What's the new search for Nancy about? Appreciate your comment. Thank you and welcome in. Well, they've increased the reward. They are now, or they were, I don't know if they are now. They were searching a little bit more of the area. They contacted Mexico. They say they have. Mexico says they haven't. We're discussing that there should be volunteer search. The FBI, in my opinion, the FBI should take over this 100%. Just let the FBI take control, have leadership, and search the whole damn area. 5 miles, 10 miles. Not just the area. The golf course. I don't know how many golf courses they are, but check out a few of those. For those, hey, thank you. Appreciate you guys who are in and out. Got to leave for the night. For those who are coming in and out or leaving for the night, thank you for your coming in and supporting the channel, and have a great Friday and a great weekend ahead, and be blessed. I would think by this weekend you're going to see a massive search. Search the mountain. Speaking of search the mountain up there. I know JLR, who investigates, he says he's going to go out there, but I'm talking about, and that's great that he's going to do that. I'm talking about detectives, FBI. Maybe they've been up in that mountains and we just haven't had a reporter up there. I don't know, but I want to see them up there. Show us that you're looking in the mountains. Show the suspects, because the suspects, in my opinion, folks, are watching. God bless you, Palon. God bless you, my friend. Thank you so much for your support. Not on notice, my friend. I mean that. Thank you. You know, that's a good comment there too. Why GoFundMe page was made for them? Oh wait, why GoFundMe page was made for? Oh, was there a GoFund? I didn't know. I thought you were asking why not. I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that yet. Todd Gorman, yeah, exactly, Todd, exactly. Reading Todd's message. Joey, have a good night. Nice to meet you tonight. Hope to see you next time. Take care if you're going out. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. They might be watching. I don't know if they're watching this live. I think they're watching the news. I think they have internet. These people, in my opinion, are pros. They changed the VPN. They changed their, what do they call it, the IP address. They're watching. Don't know if they're watching this live, but they're watching. They're watching news. They're watching bigger YouTube channels. They might be coming across here. If they are, I would say this. It's not too late. Turn yourself in. Do it now. And if Nancy's alive, do the right thing. Release her. Turn her back to the family. Turn her back to the family. Think about if it was your mom, your stepmom, your aunt, your wife. Not too late. It's not too late. Do the right thing. And if she is alive, it won't be as bad as if you wait another hour, another minute, another day. But yeah, I think they're watching. Yeah, Deborah. Yeah, it's got to be hard. Imagine, guys, if it was your mom, your father, any relative, friend. It's very difficult. You could see it on their face. Oh, are they offline? No, I paused it. I had it paused from earlier.
What we're talking about is something that's never been done before. That's scanning a large area with an omnidirectional antenna that's amplified, because you have to amplify the antenna to pick up the signal. Then the challenge is there's so many Bluetooth signals out of there. Nancy's pacemaker has a very specific address on it. That's
Cooper, thank you.
So getting that address so that when you scan, the only thing that should show up is that address. So
Cooper,
this is like building a rocket flight. This is something that's never been done before. The needs of the case determined that you need it, but as they say, necessity is the mother of invention. So I watched this. I watched the email strings between the folks at Trusted Sec, Dave's company, and the FBI going back and forth. And so they were doing something already. They developed an elementary Bluetooth scanner, and then this added additional capability on top of it. So, but then the question becomes, if you're doing that in an open area, then are you assuming she's still alive, or are we looking at a recovery operation? You can't have both.
What's the difference?
Well, in a recovery operation, it's like with natural disasters, you move from search and rescue to recovery. At some point, and I've said the quiet part out loud, a lot of people weren't happy with me for saying this, but hope is not a strategy. You still have to start working the case in a certain way. And a no-body case starts telling you, am I looking for a clandestine gravesite, an open gravesite, or a concealed, some type of concealment inside a building? We're talking about an 84-year-old woman who was taken in the middle of the night. The blood indicates that there was violence involved. She was on a pacemaker, needed heart medication. So you start calculating what are the odds that somebody like that, it doesn't matter what you believe. The only thing that matters is what must be true for her to still be alive.
Okay. Andrew, this confusion, this is the second time this has come up, and you've given the same guidance that, frankly, I was a little dismissive of when you gave it, which, I need to hear from the FBI, you got to coordinate messaging. I was like, Andrew's too inside baseball on this. Turns out you were right. They say they're talking to Mexico, then the Mexican guys say, oh, no, they didn't call us, and you say they're definitely talking to Mexico, but this is why the FBI has to have more of a lead in the messaging.
Yeah, absolutely. Every field office in the FBI along the border has positions called border liaison agents. Their job is to make communication and contact a liaison with their counterparts in Mexico. They travel into Mexico, their counterparts travel into the United States, they meet regularly, they share threat information, they collaborate on investigations. It would be shocking to me if our border liaison agents on this side of the border had not discussed this, because as you pointed out earlier, the border's right there, 60 miles south of Tucson. It beckons criminals, fugitives, people trying to hide across the border. It's very easy to get into Mexico. I'm certain there's been communication between our agents and law enforcement on the other side of the border.
Andrew,
well,
this is why I have better minds like you and Morgan. I'll admit when I'm wrong, because I know I have guys who can get it right. Morgan Wright, Andrew Black, thank you both for your perspective. Hopefully
he thinks they could be there, so. I mean, again, they're not going to tell us everything. They're not going to tell us anything as far as Mexico goes, or much more in this case. We're not hearing a whole lot of press conference. Now, I still think, yes or no, should we have a press conference? Because how many press conferences they've had? 1, 2? I think a press conference is needed. Assuming, where we picked off a few minutes ago, assuming they're watching, the suspects, plural, assuming they're watching, they can take a risk and mess up. So that's why I think they should, even if it's a 10-minute press conference. But that's what I think. Why are they asking? Yes, I didn't hear that about the GoFund. Mexico border is too obvious. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. Natasha, I pronounce that right, Natasha? I think you're right on that, Natasha. It is too obvious. What do you guys think of that comment from Natasha? Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I mess up names. I think Natasha might be right. Sal, the video of him blocking the camera, they said today there's a possible ring on his finger. Oh, really? Thank you. Oh, yeah. I heard something about the ring. It was with the laptop, heavy hook, you can laugh. I did hear that. Yeah, something with the ring. So that's true. They're looking at the ring. So again, I mean, maybe they were looking at that before. What about the tattoo? They mentioned a tattoo, and I didn't hear any more about the tattoo. So, Deborah, you agree what I said? I think they don't have to come out every day, Deborah, but they should come out at least, I don't know, once a week and give us some details. Yeah, it's public, but also assuming that they're watching. You got to always assume, and I think they're thinking that, but for whatever reason, they don't want to have these press conferences. I don't understand it. Anybody in law enforcement in here can explain that? Interesting, Todd Corbin. Thank you for sharing that, Todd. Interesting. It is hard to make out. The only thing we can really make out on that photo is that the eyes. I guess you can see that he has hair, You don't know how much hair he has. I have very little hair, but it looks like he has a head full of hair. Could be younger, even though older people have hair. But nothing going on live live Fox now. I think it's all recording right now, Chris. I think it's all being all. I can check. I can check. Let me check. Got nothing. Yeah, it's replay. Sometimes they'll if it's something breaking, they'll stay live a little longer, but yeah, it's all replay.
We have more to report for people as soon as we can. We'll be right back.
All right, let me go back to the chat. Yeah, it's cold. My hands are starting to get cold. My heater went out. Heater's gone. Oops. Yep. Heater's gone, guys. No more heat. Goodbye, heat. Now I'm officially cold. All right. I'll read a few more comments here. Oh, thank you. God bless the United States of America. Yeah, I'll go over to Walmart or Home Depot. I'll pick one up because it's going to be cold tomorrow. And I'm sure I'll be smoking those stinky cigars tomorrow. Chris, oh, stinky cigars. I'll be smoking, so I'll go get one at Walmart. I'll get 2. Maybe I'll get 4 because it's going to be cold for the next few days. Yeah, I'm going to be eating in a few minutes. I just don't like eating live. Eating on live, Chris. Those stinky cigars. I'll be here. People, there's that guy with those stinky cigars. There's a big one right here. Look. Huh? What do you think of that, Chris, huh? The Al Capone cigar. The Al Capone cigar, heavy hook. Mike? I think he has a bulletproof vest under the jacket. Michael. Hey, I heard that too before, Michael. Thank you for bringing it up, Michael. Could have it. He looked like it was something underneath, right? Interesting. That's a good comment. Oh, someone's a detective on here? Who is a detective on here? Let's hear your thoughts. I'll ask you this. If you're really a detective, assuming you are, amateur? Are they an amateur? Or they knew what the hell they were doing? I missed it. Let me see. I'll go back. A cop answered. Let me see. Let me go back. Let me see here. I'm trying to go back here. God, I missed it. Sorry, I apologize. Whoever wrote that can, if you take a second and put it back in there. I think they knew what the hell they were doing. I think they were working on this for weeks, if not months, if years. Years, maybe. At least a couple months. First day I heard about it, I said they already brought her to Mexico. Quite a few people think that. I'll read your message, Phoenix, here. Yeah, it's Todd, Todd, I know the internet went out. I was responding to Todd. I don't know if Todd's still here. My internet went out for a second. It's getting windy. Yes and no, Todd, because they lived in a lot of these homes were 2 million, 3 million. I think hers was, Nancy's was about 1 million. I think they they didn't have much crime there. Oh, you mean because our daughter Savannah was working for NBC and everything? Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that. You don't think these things are going to happen, you know? People, we don't think things are going to happen like this. But we live in a bizarre, crazy world. A world. We do. And it's not like, I mean, did these things happen in the 60s? Yes. Did these things happen in the 70s? Absolutely. But it seems like it's happening more and more. I mean, yeah, you can add there's more TV, YouTube, Facebook, but people are crazy. You know, we got to work on mental illness, and we got to live. We can't live it. Excuse me. It's not the cigar, Chris. We can't be afraid. We can't, you know, go to a football game, baseball game, lock our doors. Yeah, we can't be. Yes, lock our doors. I will say this: in the 70s, my dad he was happy that somebody knocked on the door. You know, he was happy that somebody was coming. Now it's like doors locked, everything. But you can't be paranoid. You know, you can't be, oh my God, this is going to happen. We can't, guys, we can't live a life like that. But at the same time, we got to be very cautious and, you know. No, it wasn't a cigar, no. No, it's windy and stuff's getting in my nose. You can't really trust CNN. No, I don't smoke that stuff. Skill driver. I used to. The old CNN you can trust, but I'll be honest, it's hard to trust any of these news anymore, you know? David Moore. Oh, that guy. In Italian, we call him Faccia Bruta. That guy there. All right, I'm going to read a couple more comments here. And then I got to go eat. I got to eat. It's time to go eat, guys. Hold on, I'm going to read Todd real quick here. You know, that's a good comment, Todd. Todd Corbin. Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. Air conditioner guy. Pool guys don't normally wear the black gloves. My pool guy wears, or does he? I think my pool guy actually does wear, I can't remember. So, Kara, thank you. Thank you. Hey, thank you so much, guys. I always like to give everybody about 2 minutes before we end it, 3 minutes. A lot of you guys were chatting among each other, which is great. I love that. For those who are chatting among each other, you want to say their goodnights or say something you wanted to say back. We appreciate it. Appreciate the gifts, the members, the moderators. Thank you so very much, guys. Ted Turner. Yeah, remember that name. Wow. You're showing your age. Ted Turner. Walter Cronkite. Remember Walter Cronkite. That food's going to be cold. That's why they invented microwave ovens, right? Put it in the microwave oven, warm it up a little bit. So, Todd, have a good night. Hey, guys, thank you. Great comments. I'm not just saying this. I really enjoy, nothing to enjoy about this. I mean, I enjoy the comments coming in and all your thoughts. And once again, we always like to end these lives. Prayers with Nancy, Guthrie, and the family. Hopefully we can wake up. They'll find her alive. Be a great story. Guys, make sure you spend time with yourself and your families before you go online. Hey, also make sure you hit the like for other YouTube channels, the ones you follow. Show them some love. It's free. Hit the like. And we will see you tomorrow outside. I will get a propane heater or another propane so I can stay warmer. Thank you so much, everybody. Take good care of yourself. And I will see you on the next live. Prayers, prayers, prayers for the family. It's got to be very difficult. And prayers for you and your family, guys. Thank you so much. I'm out. Bye-bye. Thank you, guys. Good night. Thank you. I got to go eat. That wife, look, my wife went like this. She went like this. That means come and eat now. Oh, the food's in the garbage. I'm only kidding. Take care, guys. Thank you, Palon. Thank you. Have a good night, guys. Take care, Heavy Hook. Take care, Janine. Bless yous all.